This is Omar Miller, and you're watching the 3-Point Conversion.
All right, we'll get started here.
We talked on Saturday, we mentioned that this was the favorite team you've ever played. Obviously, the result that you had yesterday is the result you had. But does that that doesn't change anything about that team, does it, for you?
No, it doesn't. This is a great group. And I thought that the camaraderie of this group was one that was unmatched of teams that I've been on in the past, and I don't know for what reason that was, but this is a very veteran group. A lot of stories, a lot of overcomers on this team, players and veterans that have been other places and I think have found the home in Phoenix. And just how we kind of fit together, the adversity and what we had been through, some of our stories, how we could relate to each other, and a lot of commonalities that we may not have known that we had before. Obviously in the bubble season, we didn't get to spend a lot of time together because of the times and rules and whatnot and all these things, how short and compacted the season was. So this year we got to spend a lot of time around each other with how long the season was. And just a resilient group. I thought that just laid it all on the line. Professional, always came to work, played for each other. And definitely my favorite team that I've been on.
When you think about Maria Hartley coming back and what she was, the type of player in the bubble, she's getting back to that right now. And you add a full slate, healthy Maria Hartley in with the rest of you. What do you see even more that this team, especially in the perimeter, can do? Yeah,
I mean, I literally have not even processed yesterday or what's going on to even think about what we could look like next year. But obviously we know what Bria can do on the floor when she's healthy. She worked really hard this year to just even make it back on the court. I think it's a big deal and just a true test to her work ethic and, just how much time she put in, just getting her body, back to the level that she got it. So, obviously being somebody that's been through it, it's always that next season that, you get another off season under your belt, more time to obviously play the game, get your rhythm and things like that. So I know, she'll be great for us next year. And, I look forward to sharing the court with her again.
To kind of obviously have the bubble last year be your first year with the organization, to kind of get Phoenix and to kind of be in Phoenix the way that you have, the way that you and Diana did all the stuff before the season and whatnot. It's kind of the same question, but two ways to look at it. Do you feel like you've embraced Phoenix fully, and do you feel like Phoenix has embraced you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is my first, year being able to be in Phoenix with playing in the bubble last year. So, and even with the rules, especially the restrictions in the beginning, weren't really able to get out in the community like we kind of are used to, in appearances and whatnot. So I'm just doing the best we can to, obviously in the off season, I got to introduce myself to the Suns broadcast. And I felt like that really was my, introduction to the Phoenix audience. And, fans would respond and we would talk via Twitter, I would see people watching Bally Sports or, saying, oh, I saw you commentating or, I saw this piece and things like that. And it really kind of, I felt like was my way of, introducing myself to Phoenix. But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome, especially being able to interact with the fans more this year, having fans in the stands and really getting to be and see the X Factor.
One more year with Taurasi, you'd be excited about that.
Yeah. Me and everybody else, I think, you take it for granted. Sometimes you're just in the moment, you don't really appreciate greatness. And I think a lot of times people love to, like we do in sports, focus and gaslight the negativity. But, really, really have to give her flowers, whatever she decides to do. I admire her a lot. I learned a lot from her. And I really felt like this was my, coming of age year. I really was able to turn the corner and just a big part of my maturation process and being able to touch the finals and reach the finals. And, she has the blueprint and really, gave me the blueprint of what it takes to get there. And so regardless of what she decides to do, she has nothing to prove. She's done it all before, and I have a ton of respect from her. And I really cherish, the friendship that we were able to, garner here, that, just time on the court and off the court. So of course I'd love two more, but whatever she decides, there's no doubt of ability or anything like that. It would just be completely a decision up to her, and I support her either way.
Kind of, I hate to bring up old names, but in your career, obviously in the WNBA, this was the first time you really made a deep playoff run, but in your college career, you kind of gotten to those games that are
College, 10 years ago.
I know, but you've kind of had these moments before where you're right there, and unfortunately, just the way the games played out, you haven't been able to have your team be successful in those moments. How sickening is this feeling when you get to those games, the national championship, the WNBA finals, to not be able to pull off the victory?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Obviously, you set your goals, and in college it's a different thing. We're never the favorites, and just like this playoffs, wasn't like we were the favorites. So anytime I was able to go to a championship with a team, we really weren't supposed to be there on paper. So, I'm not used to playing in these big moments. But, I used to think like, damn, is it me? Until I won an Olympic gold medal, and then kind of got that monkey off my back, even though I didn't play that much. But yeah, I mean, of course you want to win the damn thing. I'm not going to sit up here and say, what you think? The answer to my question. It hurts like hell. We just played yesterday. So it's fresh in my mind, but a lot of people were sitting at home watching us that weren't there. We were two of, we were 20, we were 12 women of 24 that were there. And in college, it's an even way bigger margin, 365 something odd teams being there. So I don't take the moment for granted. I had multiple once in a lifetime opportunities, if you will, but it does nothing but drive me. And I think that if I didn't go through those experiences, I don't know where I would be today. So I kind of needed, those experiences to kind of push me and drive me and motivate me to reach that ultimate pinnacle, and something that, obviously on this stage, I'm still chasing.
All right, we can kick over to Zoom. Have time for just a few here.
We have time for just a few. We'll go to Michelle Vopel and then Danny.
Yeah, Skylar, you talked about the Olympics and how big a deal that was for you. I'm just wondering, did that feel like something you'd chased for a while to have that opportunity, and how did that change when you look at this whole year? I mean, I know you wanted to win this title, but Olympics and finals in the same year is still a pretty amazing year.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lifelong dream for me. Happy birthday! Yeah. Sorry. It was obviously a lifelong dream of mine to make the Olympic team. And, I really had no expectations either way. I didn't know what to expect coming into the season, if I would make the team or not. But when it happened, obviously, it was something I got to cross off my list, and just getting the opportunity to play with two of my teammates, on the biggest stage. And even though I didn't play that much, I took a lot from that experience. It was humbling to me, and I just kept putting the work in, and it really motivated me coming back to the WNBA, to want to win and to really make a push with this team. But yeah, I'm proud of the gold medal. I'm one of 12 women to have this gold medal. And, I'm an overcomer. I've been through a lot, and I had a lot of criticism, a lot of doubters, and a lot of things that I had to go through to get here. And so it just seemed like timing. You have all these dreams, and you just wonder if they're going to come true. And, that was definitely one of mine. So yeah, it was a dope experience, and one I don't even think I've been able to think about, because I had to compartmentalize this season.
We have time for two more. We'll go to Danny Thompson and then Daniel Artest.
Skylar, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Great to see you as always, and great season, by the way. As you look back at this entire season, what you've experienced going from the bubble to this season, what have you grown the most from yourself personally, professionally? What have you learned the most about yourself? Because you mentioned you've been through a lot, you've been very resilient throughout your entire life, but what has the last 12 months, what have you learned the last 12 months about yourself?
So many things, like on and off the court. I mean, obviously, this is a very, with the pandemic and everything, this is just, it's unique. Everybody is adjusting and having to try to navigate, what that means for them and changes in their lives. And so, yeah, I think for me, it's just been all about balance, and balance and being a mom and being a wife and, trying to, be the best, professional, player I could be for my team. And yeah, just trying to navigate all of those things and wear those hats and just understand that I'm strong enough, to do those things. And so I learned a lot about myself. And I said earlier, I just think this year was a big part of, my maturation process and my journey in this league, really turning the corner and getting a taste of, what it's like to make a deep playoff run, what it's like to make the finals, winning a gold medal, and just so many accolades that I was able to cross off my list. But, yeah, it's been a long journey for me. And, it was year 9. And so even thinking about, next year will be my 10th year. I think I've been rejuvenated. I used to say, man, I'll only play like 3 or 4 more years. And now, I definitely could see myself playing as many years in front of me as I do behind me.
We'll end with Daniel Artest. Daniel, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Hey, Skylar, how you doing? Daniel
Hey.
Artest from 265 Media. Now that you had a taste of the finals, how much more motivated are you to get back there, and try to win it all?
So what you think? What do you think? Next year definitely is finals or bust mindset. And I think that's the mood around all of Phoenix basketball right now.
Yeah.